soup cans today. So go grab whatever you have at home for weights. We're going to use that for our practice. And that's it for props. If you have to pop off early for anything, I totally understand. You know your body and your practice far, far better than I do. Choice is really important to me. So if we're working through an exercise or a sequence and you need to modify or progress or just press pause, please do so. It'll be whole body movement for the whole time. Yeah? Okay, I'm gonna give everyone a mute and then we will get going. You can probably see that I'm in a different space today. I'm visiting my brother and my nephew, and this is his play space. Pretty cool, huh? I know. You might hear some dogs barking. That's life, as everybody, yeah, exactly, yeah. So, all right, let's get moving. We don't need our props quite yet. We'll get to them as we move a little deeper into our practice. But let's begin on, you guys can see my mat okay, right? Yeah, thumbs up? Okay, cool. Let's start on all fours. So coming onto 4-point kneeling onto quadruped. And let's warm up the spine. So having the knees in line with the hips and the hands just a little bit in front of the shoulders. Just start to rock your hips back and forward. And rock your hips back and rock your hips forward. So just some gentle exercises at the start of our class. Getting the spine moving, shifting the hips back and forth. Your gaze is just down and in front of the mat. Exhaling as you rock back. Inhaling as you come forward. Exhale, rocking back. Inhale, coming forward. This last time, let's pause with our hips back. Crawl the arms out a little bit further in front. Let your head go. And just start to shift your weight side to side. So you're rocking left and right. Relaxing the muscles around the eyes and the jaw and your cheeks. And then we'll pause and start to move from that middle back first, then moving through the head and coming back to all fours. We're going to do an off-center cat cobra. So I'm going to walk the hands over to the left. Totally fine that the hands are off of the mat. And then from here, rounding your spine, drawing your tail down, your head down, your back ribs up towards the ceiling. And then we arch the spine and look forward. And then again, we round the spine here. And we arch. We'll go one more time with this off-center flexion of the spine and our off-center extension on the left side. And then crisscrossing your hands over to the right. And then from here, rounding and extending. And like any exercise where we practice it on one side and then on the other, it may feel different. And it's not good, bad, right, or wrong. You may not even have sort of the words to describe it as it's pre-articulate. You just notice that there is a difference. And then we'll come back to our neutral. Crisscross the hands back to center. Good. And then taking your left arm and just reaching your left arm in front of you in line with your shoulder. So working the muscles of the back and as well as your arm and your shoulder. And then taking that back down to the mat. Yielding with your left as you reach now your right arm out in front of you. And then the right arm back down to the mat. And now taking the top of your left hand to your forehead and really press your hand into your forehead and your forehead into your hand. So we're not sort of dropping down. And then we twist to the left. So we go up and up and up. So here is rotation. And then we come back down. We take the left hand back down to the mat. We pick the right hand up to the forehead, press the hand into the forehead and the forehead into the hand. And now we twist to the right. Gaze, look up. And then the right arm back to center. And the right hand down to the mat. Coming up to high kneeling now. And then placing your hands on your quads. And then we'll practice our cat cobra here. So hands at your quads, chin down, tailbone down as you are rounding. And then press your hands into your quads and arch, opening up the collarbones, gazing forward, and then rounding here. And extending. So taking our simple flexion and extension of the spine and practicing it a whole bunch of different ways. So we've practiced our flexion and extension off center, and now we're practicing it high kneeling. Last time, around the spine. And then from here, shift your bum towards your heels, reach your arms out in front of you, and lift your gaze forward and your head up. Shift your bum to one side, and then scooch your legs and swing your legs to the center of your mat. From here, hands to hamstrings, elbows wide, we roll down to the mat. So we take our gaze down, and we start to round the spine as we roll all of the way down. Arms down by your sides and head down. Scooch your feet a little closer towards your seat. And then we'll do a twist here. So swaying the knees and the hips, I'm choosing to lead to the left side first. And then thinking about the top of the right hip and really angling that right hip down. And then we come back to center. And then we sway the knees and the hips over to the right. And the top of your left hip drops down towards the ground. And then we roll back to center. Left arm reaches up and behind you in line with your ear. As the left arm comes down, right arm reaches back in line with your ear. And we switch. And we switch. So you can sort of think of this as backstroke, swimming, reaching back, and back. So getting into the shoulder joint, shoulder capsule, in through the upper traps and the sides of your body. And we'll go like this for 3, 2, and 1. Let's have both arms back down by your side. Taking one leg up to a tabletop, followed here by the other. I'd like you to think about your quads moving away from your center. So your quads are going to move a few inches away from your center, and then they're going to pull back in.
So your quads move a few inches away. We can still maintain that connection with your low back to the mat. And then pulling back in. Taking your time, reaching away from your center, and then pulling back in towards your center. Your arms are gently pressed down into the mat, so you can feel that connection with your shoulder blades. Giving a little bit of space from the top jaw and the bottom jaw. And then we're going to do this 2 more times, reaching away, pulling back in. And then this last time, reaching away and coming back to center, moving into a toe tap now. So I'm leading with my right, I'm dropping the right thigh, right foot to the mat, and pull back up. And then from here, we alternate. So we lower the thigh, lower the foot, and pull back up. That reminder that our arms are working. And we're taking that full inhale in, full exhale out. As we alternate, thigh down, foot down, leg back up. And then this last time, thigh down, foot taps, and we lift it back up. Reaching the right arm up towards the ceiling, followed by the left. Now from here, lowering your right foot to the floor, left foot to the floor. Sway the knees to the left and reach both arms back behind you. Then have your arms just hover the ground. And think of your hands and your toes, or pardon, your fingers and your toes, really stretching away from each other. And then simultaneously, the arms come back and the legs come back. And then we do the same thing on the other side. So sway the knees and the hips to the right and reach the arms back behind you in that hover position. And your hands are reaching far away from your feet. And then we come back to center. Arms come back and legs come back. Keeping your arms up towards the ceiling, feet hip width distance apart, tilt the pelvis and imprint the spine so that pressure with your middle of the back and low back to the mat. We're going to go back into that back stroke, but with both legs in tabletop. So we lift one leg up and we lift here, the other. So both legs stay lifted. And now I'm going to take the left arm and reach that down as the right arm reaches back in line with the ear. And then switch arms. And switch. So we're just sort of taking that very effective and simple exercise that we practiced earlier, but making it more of a challenge by taking something away, which was our feet to the floor. And now we're going to layer on even more so and add those toe taps. So we tap and we tap. And we tap and we tap. And there isn't a right or a wrong way. So it doesn't really matter which foot and which arm are moving as long as they are moving. We go like this for 4, 3, 2, good. And 1. Now, whatever toes are touching the floor, let that foot come all of the way down. Both arms down by your sides. And then whatever leg is up in tabletop, let that go. Butterfly the knees out and just rock from side to side. So you're rocking along one SI joint along the other. Yeah, rock side to side. Feels nice. And then we come on back to center, bring the knees back in. Okay, we're going into the 100 now, right? That exercise designed to get the blood pumping and heart rate going. So taking that one leg up to tabletop and then followed by the other. Now you have options. You can keep your head down on the mat and just practice your arm pumping, right? So that's one option. Or you can have your head up and pump. And then if you start to feel like your neck is getting really exhausted, then you lower it back down, okay? So our arms are gonna start down by our sides, legs at a tabletop. Look down at the bridge of the nose, curl your head and neck up if that's where you're choosing. And then instead of having your arms just hovered, let's lift your arms higher so they are sort of mid outer thigh. Collarbones are open, tops of shoulder blades up off the mat. We pump the arms 50 times. We go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set here. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Lower one foot. Lower the other, lower your arms, and lower your head. Place one hand on your chest, other hand on your low belly, and breathe into both hands, taking an inhale in. And a full exhale out. We come into the next round. So arms down by your sides. I'm going to offer a progression. Stretch your right leg up towards the ceiling. Stretch your left leg up towards the ceiling. So now your legs are at a 90. Another progression is to have your legs at a 45. Looking down at the bridge of the nose, lift your head up and lift your arms up. And again, your arms mid outer thigh, energy out from the fingers, we pump, here we go, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, vigorous arm pump, inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, last set here, inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Bend the knees right in towards the body. Interlace the fingers behind the head. And then lower the head down. From here, sway your knees halfway to the left. So your right bum is coming off of the floor. Both legs kick high on the left. Bend the knees. Roll back to center. Sway halfway to the right. Your left bum is coming off of the floor. And then your legs extend. Think height here. And then bending the knees and returning back to center. Lower one foot to the floor, lower the other. We're now going to move into the roll up. Extend one leg long, extend the other. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And we're going to move in progressions of the roll up. Looking at the tops of your hands, flex your feet. Get really heavy with the backs of your legs. You're going to look at the bridge of the nose, curl yourself up, and then roll over to a side. I'm choosing my left just simply because I have more room. So the hands are going to come down. You're going to roll over to the left side
And then come up. Reach your right arm out in front of you, left arm out in front of you, and your right hip comes back to the mat. There you go. Now we're going to roll back down, same way. So flexing your feet, starting to roll back into your half roll back. Now you turn your upper body, your hands come to the floor. You pick up your right hip, bending your elbows, and you come down. Then you take your right hip back to the ground, arms up, head down. Take a breath in, exhale out. We're going to practice that same way, rolling up on the other side. So the right side now. Flex your feet, look down at the bridge of the nose, lift the head up. Take your upper body, roll over to the right. Your left hip now comes off the floor. You roll up, up, up. Left arm, right arm, left hip back to the mat. Flex your feet. Begin to start your roll down. Taking your upper body into your twist. The hands come down. The left hip comes up. We bend the elbows. We roll down. Left hip to the mat. Arms up. Yeah. Drag one foot up along the mat. Drag the other. Sway your knees and your hips to the left. Look at the bridge of the nose. Lift your head up. Roll over to the left. Press your hands down. Come up. Keep your hands on the ground because we're going to come right back down. So bending your elbows, rolling down. Back, arms up, feet on the floor, head down. Take your knees and your hips over to the right. Look at the bridge of the nose. Lift your head up. Hands, arms to the right. Roll yourself up. Keep your hands down on the mat. Bending your elbows, rolling back down and up. Yeah, great. Now extend and lengthen your left leg long. Look at the bridge of the nose, curl yourself up. Take your hands to the back of the right leg. Elbows wide, pull yourself up. Up, up, up. Roll back down. So you start to move through that low back. Left leg working really hard. Roll back down, arms up, head down. Lengthen your right leg. Bend your left knee, left foot to the floor. Look at the bridge of the nose, curl up, hands catch the back of the leg, elbows wide, curl up, and up, and up. We roll back down and flex the right foot, get heavy with the right leg, arms up, head down. Bend both knees. Lift the head up. Drop the knees to the left, arms to the left. Roll up. Yes. Walk your hands in. Transition onto all fours. So we're back on 4-point kneeling. And now we're going to practice coming up to standing. Okay. But first, let's revisit our flexion and extension of the spine in a knee hover. So we flex the ankles and curl the toes. Yep. Press the ground away. Neck stays long. Hover the knees up off the mat. So here's your knee hover. This isolated, sustained hold. And then the knees tap back down to the mat. Release to the tops of the feet. And we're going 3 push-ups, elbows wide. 1, come right back up. Anchor the feet. Yes, down for 2. Right back up. So those shoulder blades are protracting and retracting. Down, back up. Flex the ankles, curl the toes. So you notice the difference. That is dynamic strength, where here we come up into our knee hover. This is isolated.
We lower the knees back down to the mat. Release tops of feet. Now your elbows stay close to the side of the body. As we go down, press back up. 2 more times. We're going down, elbows stay close to the side of the body. And we press back up, anchoring the feet, tops of feet to the mat. Last time here. Down and right back up. Coming into your knee hover. Now we're going into a transition, which will be knee hover, which will be downward facing dog. Here we go. Knee hover up. Straighten your legs, head down, hips up. Here's your down dog. Now let's run. So we bend one knee and send the opposite ankle down. So it's a really nice Achilles stretch. And then we switch, and we switch, and we switch. So we're deliberate with the tempo here, a little faster for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Anchor the heels down and walk your hands in. There's no protocol with how many times your hands need to come in. Let's bend the knees, which takes the edge off the low back. And then from here, roll up halfway. So to your knees. Now, can you straighten the legs? So think of this just like your roll up and roll down on the mat. Continue rolling up, reaching your arms up towards the ceiling. And now we roll down halfway first. So we roll down to kneecaps-ish. Then we bend the knees and we roll down more. Yeah, there you go. Now we walk it out into plank. So again, take your time. Walk out, and walk out. So here is your sustained hold. Rock your heels back and forward, and back and forward. One more time, heels rock back. We rock forward. Now we bend the knees, come back to the mat, release tops of feet, walk the hands right into your kneecaps. Round your spine here. Here's your cat. Here is your cobra. Here's your cat. Round. Here's your cobra. Come up to high kneeling. Step forward. I'm going to choose left leg. Step forward, left leg. Yep. And then place the hands back behind the head. So the back of the head, there's a little groove. And that's where the hands are going to go. That's called your occipital nerve. So the hands are here. And you're coming back up. Good. You're going to hinge forward, bending way more in that front knee. And then we come right back. So we pull back. We bend and come forward. And we pull back. And I can tell you where I'm feeling it in my body, and maybe that can relate to where you're feeling it as well. When I shift forward, feeling the work in the right front hip flexor, that workspace. And I'm coming back, also feeling it in the left quad, the left leg. And we pull back. Now this last time, we're going to hinge forward and hold. Twist to the left. So we twist, we got to move through the middle of the spine, which tends to be really rigid. Pressing your head back into your hands and then returning back to center. Come all the way back up. Now we're going to twist to the right. So we lean forward And we twist to the right. And here again, feeling and noticing one side different than the other. Returning the upper body back to center and coming all of the way up. Now, flexing your front foot. So now you're straightening the leg. And then you're going to bend the knee, so you press your foot back down and you go forward. Then you come back, you straighten-ish the front leg, flex the foot. We go forward and bend. Now let's add the arms. So the arms are going to come down, fingertips to the mat, maybe, or maybe they're here. Flexing the foot, looking down, coming forward, hands back behind the head. So the arms move, the spine moves, the gaze goes down, the gaze goes forward, hands back behind the head. Yeah. Another option is that if you go back, your hands can come to the floor and your bum can go right back towards your heel. And then up. Option. And we're going to practice this one more time. And back. Okay, now arms down by your sides. We're going to come up to standing. How we're going to get there? Flex your back ankle. So curl your toes. Now you're going to lift the bottom knee up off of the mat. And then straighten that back leg. So it's like a torpedo. Arms are relaxed. And then you're going to take that right knee all of the way back down to the mat. So we go down to the mat, we come back up. Whoa. We go down, we come up. Last time here. Down, and up. Now, you're going to bend that right knee halfway and start to have little tiny hops or like bunny jumps. I don't know about you, but my left leg is on fire. For 3, 2, and then on the 1, step forward. Whew. Lift and lower your heels, up and down. Heels go up, heels go down. 2 more times. Heels rise up, ooh, and back down, and heels go up, and heels go back down. Now, you're gonna squat. So we bend the knees, arms reaching out in front of you, anchor down through your heels, anchor down through your big toe and second toe. You're gonna lift your right heel back up. Split lunge, right leg, big step back. Take your right knee down to the mat, arms down by your sides. Release the top of the right foot, left leg back behind you. Step forward, right foot. Yep, arms relaxed. We hinge forward and we pull back. We hinge forward. Yep, and we pull back. Now we're going to add the arms. So the hands come back behind the head, and again, you find the groove at the very base of the head and the skull before your neck starts. Your elbows are wide in your periphery. Hinge forward, look forward. So we're not taking our upper body down towards the quad. We're keeping our spine relatively straight. And we come back up. Again. And we come back. Yeah, 2 more times. Forward and back.
And then last time, forward and back. Now we lean forward, we twist to the right. So we move through the rib cage, we move through the middle of the back, we move our head and our eyes, and then we return the spine and the head back to center. We come back up, we breathe, we go forward again, and now we twist to the left. So you have more range here. Whoo. And then come back to center. Come back up. Okay, so now arms down by your sides. Can you straighten your right leg? So you lean back and you flex your foot. Then you plant your foot down, you bend the knee, you go forward. You're coming back, flexing the foot, pulling the toes towards you. Option to stay here, or you start to move the hands. So as you straighten that leg, you're tenting your hands to the mat, looking down, flexing the foot. And then the arms swing forward as you press your foot down, taking them back behind your head. Arms come down, straightening the leg, forward, hands back behind the head. So we have that repetition of the arm pattern, opening up your chest and your shoulder blades, right? The opposite of the position where we are when we are working, right? Which is here. And then we'll go this a few other times. You can take it even deeper, right? So you can take and play with taking your bum here or all of the way back. And then coming forward and coming back. You can also, place a pillow or like something to give you a little extra cushion if needed. Yeah, good. Let's go one more time. And we're back. All right, flex, back ankle, arms down by our sides. We're gonna lift the left knee up off of the mat and straighten that back leg. Whew. Mm-hmm. And then you're taking your left knee back down and up. I like to find a spot on the wall in front or anywhere, sort of on the floor even, and have your gaze mark that spot. Oh. Okay, this will be the last time, and then we're going to incorporate those bunny hops. So we come back up, we got to get a bend, and then we start to be playful. Jump, catch, jump. So this is balance, this is mobility, this is strength, this is trust. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Now from here, that's not part of it. Okay, you're going to take that back foot, jump forward or step forward. Roll down halfway. So we roll down to the knees. So this is really a back or a spine, a roll down for the middle of the back. Then we go further towards the feet. So we bend the knees. We're going to take the hands down to the mat. We're going to take a big step back, left leg. Take the left knee down to the mat. Release the top of the foot
And now take your right leg with it. Bring your hands a little closer towards the shoulders. Lift your feet up so your heels come close towards your bum. We do 3 push-ups, elbows wide. 1, back up. And 2, yes, back up, so strong. 3, back up. Now elbows in. We go 1, right back up. 2, right back up, and we go 3, and right back up. Swing your legs around, hands free, come up, and then take your bum back towards your heels, shift, scooch the legs, find the center of your mat, and now you're going to grab your weights. Okay, we're going to practice the roll down with our weights. So I'm going to lengthen one leg, lengthen the other, flex the feet, bring them together, and reach the arms out in front. That's it. Lifting the arms just a little higher so they're more in line with, let's say, like your cheekbones. And then we begin to roll down halfway. And we continue to roll down, feeling your shirt to the mat and the shoulder blades, and then the head. From here, turn so your hands are palm to palm. Drag one foot up along the mat, drag the other. Bending your elbows and taking your weights behind your head, and then lifting your arms up. So thinking tricep extension, and then going back down to tap the mat, and then lifting back up. Down together, up together. 2 more times. Down together, and up together. 1 more. Down, and up. Now turn so you're looking at your knuckles. Tilt the pelvis, imprint the spine. Stretch the right leg up towards the ceiling. Stretch the left leg up towards the ceiling. Now we practice our backstroke with our legs extended with weights. So one arm down by your side as your opposite arm hovers. And then we switch. Totally fine if there's a little bend in the knees. And switch. Good. And switch. So now we're going to start to layer on with the legs, bending the knees, heels to the seat. Extend the legs back up. And the arms. Bend and extend. Pulling your heels towards your bum, just like we do when we practice crisscross. And when we practice our single leg stretch. Going a little quicker here so that we can practice flow. We go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now both legs are up. Let's have both arms up towards the ceiling as well. Turn palm to palm. Bend the knees. Take your heels back to your bum and open your arms to a T. Legs up, arms up. Bend the knees, open the arms. Arms come back up, legs. Together. 3 more. And up. And 2. And up. Last time. Now from here, turn so you're looking at the tops of your hands. Bend one knee, take that foot to the floor. Bend the other knee, take that to the floor. Now, you're going to take your right leg and cross it over your left. Not in a figure 4, but like you were, I don't know, you're just crossing your legs. Okay, so you're going to take this shape and you're going to take your legs to your left and your arms with your weights over to your right. Yep. Now the arms come back to center. The legs come back. Switch. So I'm going to uncross the right, cross the left over, go over to the right with the legs and the arms to the left. The arms come back. The legs come back. And then we take the left leg and unhook it. Turn palm to palm, bend your elbows, and take them firm to the mat. Okay, so I'm going to practice an exercise that we do on the reformer called coordination. Although I don't really know why it's called coordination, because in my mind, every exercise we practice is coordination. But that's just the name of the exercise. So we're going to break it down. In my brain, I have to figure it out. Okay, so lift your heels off of the floor, pull your feet closer to your bum, and then lift both legs up to a tabletop. Okay, so you keep your elbows on the mat, and you're going to extend your legs to your 45 and pull your arms down. Now, your legs open to a small splits. They come back. You bend the knees first, then you bend your elbows. I know there's a lot. Don't worry, we're going to break it down. Okay, so arms and legs go out together. Splits, come back, bend the knees, then bend the arms. Everything out together, arms and legs. Then we split. We return the splits. We bend the knees, then bend the elbows. Okay, so you can continue to practice that. The next progression is you're picking up your head, just like we did in the 100. Okay, so elbows to the mat, head, legs, arms. Legs out to your splits, legs coming back, bending the knees, bending the elbows, lowering the head. Arms, head, legs, together, legs open just to the frame of your mat. They come back, bending the knees, bending the elbows, lowering the head. I guess you can see why it's called coordination. Okay, so arms, legs, head, legs, splits to the frame, back, bend the knees, bend the elbows, lower down. Repetition. Again, arms, legs, head, out, in, bend, bend, lower down. Okay, one more time. Arms and legs and head out together. Legs to your splits. Legs come back, bending the knees, bending the elbows, lowering the head. Reach the arms back up towards the ceiling, lower one foot, lower the other. Turn, so you're looking at the, palm to palm. Feet closer towards your bum. Tilt the pelvis, imprint the spine. Come up into bridge. Arms open. Bum comes down to a hover. Arms coming back up. Press your feet to the floor. Bum goes up. Arms open. Arms back. Seat just to your hover. Pressing up. Open. And back down. And then this last time, lift your bum up. Arms open to your T. Arms back up. Now you take your seat all of the way down. Extend one leg, extend the other. I don't know about you, but my legs are shaking like crazy. And then you're gonna reach your arms all the way back. Well, I shouldn't say all the way back, just do a hover. And then we're gonna practice the roll up with our weights. So lift the arms back up. Now change the organization of your hands. So you're looking at the top of your hands, flex your feet, look at the bridge of the nose, curl yourself up, roll it up, roll it up. Your inhale takes you up, exhale takes you over. Neck stays long, feet stay flexed, energy pulling you in, energy pulling you back. Pulse forward, stretch the spine. Consecutive 3 stretches. We go 1, 2, 3. We come back up. Elbows coming in, weights coming down. Swing yourself back around, up onto all fours. Okay. Toning ball, weights, whatever, in your left hand. Right leg extends away from you. Left arm in front. Getting out of your armpits. Lifting the leg in line with your hip. And then lifting left arm. That's it. Good. Now you're going to pulse arm and leg. Neck stays long. Trying to avoid sinking in that right armpit. As we go like this for 3, 2, and 1. Hand down, foot down, arm in, leg in. Switch. Lengthen left leg long. Right arm in front of you with your weight, getting out of that left armpit. Neck stays long. Taking an inhale. Exhale. Lifting your limbs. And again, down and up. So let's try something. Can you close your eyes and do it? Three, 2, and on the 1, hold. Flutter your eyes open. Hand down, foot down, arm in, leg in. Take your weights away. Come into a child's pose. Sway your hips a little side to side. Okay. And I think we practiced this sequence. It's a fun one. I really love it. A few Saturdays ago, I think. I can't keep track day by day, so, but I'm fairly certain we did this one. Okay, neutralize the movement. Let's move from that low back and middle back first, then lifting the head, then coming back to all fours. Walk the hands in, come on up to high kneeling, and then we're gonna come into sort of like an asymmetrical situation with our legs. You're like, what does that mean? Here we go. So I'm gonna start with the right leg. So taking it forward, but then off to the side. So it's in a turnout. And our arms reach out to a T. That's it. Good. Now, we're going to pivot away from the left leg. Or pardon me, from the right leg. So we twist to the left. Now, the hands are going to come down, and you're going to pick up your right leg. That's it. And then we're going to take the right leg back down in a turnout, and we come back with our arms to a T. But we're going to layer on a little piece and lean in to that so we can get that additional stretch through the left hip flexor. We come back up, we turn, and then we lift the right leg up. Right leg back down, we're back up, we give that lean in, oh yeah, come back up, turn, lift the leg, back, lean in, that's it. Okay, now 3 push-ups. So we turn, lift the leg, elbows in close to the side of the body. We go 1, press back up, 2,
Press back up. 3, foot back down, we up, we bend into the knee. Yep, we come back. Now it's gonna be 3 pulses with your foot to your bum. So we pivot, hands down, pick up the leg. We go 1, 2, 3, foot back down and a turn out, we're up, we lean in. 5 push-ups, here we go, turn, leg up, we go 1, back up, 2, back up, 3, 4, and 5. We come back down, we're up, we lean in. Yeah, 5, heel to seat, we turn, we lift the leg back up, we pulse 1, 2, looking in between your hands, 3, up, 4, and up, 5. We're back down, we're up, we lean in, we come back. We turn that right foot back to parallel. We heel ball toe it back in. And then we take that right leg back behind. Take your arms down by your hips. Take a seat. Look over your right shoulder. Coming back to center. Look over your left shoulder. And back. Arms come forward as we hip drive up. Arms out to the side to a T. Step forward, left. Turn out, left. That's it. So now we move to the right. The hands come down. We practice first, just picking the leg up. Okay, cool, we got it. Yeah, leg comes back down and a turn out. Arms back to our T. Then we're just gonna lean right into it. We come back, turn, leg up. We come back and in. Hi, Abby. Yeah. And then we're gonna go back and down. She's gonna steal the show now. And then we're gonna come back up, lean in. Okay, here we go into our 3 push-ups. Down, we go 1, back up, 2, back up, and 3, back up, and stretch. Now we take the 3, heel to bum. We go 1, and 2, and 3, back up, stretch, lean in. 5 push-ups, here we go. We're gonna go 1, back up, 2, finishing strong, 3, 4, 5, back up, foot to the floor, arms to a T, bend, 5, heel pulses. We go back and down. We press 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Foot back down, we're up, and lean in. Coming back to center, turning the left foot back, heel ball toe it, heel ball toe, heel ball toe. Arms down, left leg. Back behind you, take your bum to your heels, shift over, and then we will lie back down. So back down on our mats, arms down by your sides, taking the left knee and the left hip out to the side. And then from here, slide your left leg out to the front edge of the mat. Turn the foot to parallel and drag the foot back up along the mat. Again, left, here, let me scooch up a little. Okay, so taking that left knee, left foot to the side, slide it out, turn, pull back. One more on the left.
turning out, extending out, turning your foot, your knee, your hip back to parallel, slide back up along the mat. Here we go on the right. Right knee, right hip opens. Yeah, hi. Hi, hubby. And then slide your right leg out. Turn it to parallel. Drag back up. And again, the right knee, the right hip open. Slide the right leg out. Turn to parallel. And then one more. Drag up. Open. Slide out. Turn to parallel. And drag back up. Bring both knees in towards the body. They can be here, or you can pull it even more. Wrap your arms around or behind. Rock a little side to side. Coming back to center, feet to the floor. Extend one leg, extend the other. One hand on low belly, one hand on heart. Closing your eyes. Or if you prefer to just have your eyes open. And right, I know you're practicing outside, so just having sort of soft gaze. Thanking yourself for taking the time to move today, to show up, to be curious, to be committed. Take a breath in. And an exhale out. Arms down by your sides. Drag one foot, drag the other. And swaying the knees and the hips to the left. Rolling over onto that same side to come up and up. And walking the hands in. And we are finished. Thank you so much. What do you say, Abby?